He got some buckets of water and turned it into wine, which is an immediate breach of health and safety rules, because there are rules there for the brewing of alcohol, and they're very strict and they have to be enforced.
Yeah. Sterilised, were these the buckets, were they sterilised? I think they weren't.
No. And they're also serving alcohol in the presence of minors, of course, so there's that issue to be dealt with.
At the time we had a flood at J&N News, we had a flood of calls from local vendors, of course, local bottle shop owners, local pub owners, complaining, legitimately complaining, that this man has actually done them out a bit of business.
And it's a fair comment. I mean, we put these rules in place to protect these vendors, and straight away they're up in arms because we're not enforcing the rules.
Who does this bloke think he is?
I know.
He's just set up a shop.
I know.
Set up his own bottle shop. What's going on?
Unfortunately, by the time I got there, he'd gone, so I couldn't take action.
You missed him again.
By a whisker.
Now, another one of your stories, which I find absolutely amazing, was this healing of the cripple. Take us through that. Now, I did understand you got a bit upset about this yourself, didn't you?
Well, I did, because I missed him by a whisker again, and this was up in Galilee, and he was going around healing people, and he healed this cripple who'd been crippled for many years, I don't know how long. And straight away you've got to look at the health and safety aspects of that, which for a start, he's not a qualified orthopaedic surgeon or consultant in any way. He's got no medical training.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that, yeah.
And also, one of the more subtle problems you have here is the stress on the bones and the muscles after years of inactivity. They can do absolute permanent damage, and then you need the rehabilitation there.
Physiotherapy?
Exactly.
Proper physiotherapy course?
Yes, you do. You need
so obviously he put none of that in, did he?
No, he didn't. And I certainly wouldn't have told him to pick his fucking bed up.
God dear. Now the Romans, Michael, are very, very big when it comes to crowd control.
Yes.
They're very meticulous on what happens through crowd control. Not necessarily for political reasons, not because they don't want to see gangs of political upstarts roaming around the place. Now, Jesus, of course, had this major gathering, the Sermon on the Mount.
He did.
Talk us through that. Tell me what happened.
Well, I heard about this gathering, and it was on that mount, and I went along there, and I was just a little bit too late again, and there was many breaches of the health and safety rules that the Romans have put in place for this. Firstly, there's no safety barriers for the people. It's quite steep up there. They were just sitting around anywhere they liked, which there was a high risk of injuries to themselves.
Roly-poly down the hillside.
And spinal injuries, you name it, they're all there.
Yeah.
But also remember that the Romans are also responsible for the environment, and there's many plants and animals up there that are endangered.
Yeah.
And there was no consideration given to them.
Trampling all over them.
That's right.
No doubt. Trampling all over them.
Yes, and also you've got no childcare facilities, no toilet facilities up there, and nowhere for anyone to park their donkeys. So
no traffic control.
Once the event was over, there was no traffic control at all.
Now this next particular incident, I understand, is very, very dear to your heart. Again, it involved a large crowd of people, a massive crowd of people, and this is the feeding of the 5,000, supposedly 5,000.
Well, there was more than 5,000 people. There was 5,000 men there. It doesn't take into account the women and children, and this really started. You'll have to excuse me for swearing, because it really upsets me, because you've got all them people there. You've got all those the health and safety issues of crowd control that was already mentioned before, but you've also got the problems with the food. The food wasn't properly labelled. There was no ingredients on those labels. And the loaves and the fishes...
No refrigeration, no refrigeration?
No refrigeration for the fish. The loaves and fishes were handed out by hand. There wasn't a proper utensils. Then you get on to all the shit strewn all over the place that we've got to get people to go back there and clean up after them. Then you've got all the no donkey parking, no toilet facilities.
It's a right schmozzle, wasn't it?
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. It really upset me, and I never got the bastard.
Because there could have been an outbreak of E. coli or or
Of course.
salmonella or anything like that, couldn't it?
That's right, that's right.
So Michael, your area of officialdom doesn't actually just cover the land area, does it? It's actually inland waterways, lakes and the sea, I understand.
Yes, it does, yes, it does.
Which leads me on to this incredible story that we heard, and again that you arrived there just slightly too late, as I understand.
Yes, I think.
Again, yeah. Was this issue of Jesus supposedly walking on the water?
Yes, well, this was up at the Sea of Galilee, and I heard the reports about it. So immediately you've got breaches of health and safety regulations that the Romans have put in place there. For a start, they're using the Sea of Galilee for purposes other than fishing.
Right. No recreational use whatsoever then?
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
Right, yeah.
Now, this alleged incident, what sort of message does this send out to people? He did not have a safety vest on. Children playing near water are going to see this and think they can do it. Even to the point where his mate Peter thought he could do it and nearly fucking drowned.
It seems to me that this man is dabbling a lot into the medical profession.
Yes, he is.
And we heard about the cripple earlier, and there was also this incident where he healed a blind man.
Well, I heard about this. I was too late to get over there. And,
Again.
So I took some witness statements from people, and apparently there was a man that was blind for many years, and he was cured of that blindness. Now, you may say, oh, what a nice thing to do, but wait. That man is not a qualified optometrist or optical surgeon in any way.
No.
Also, anyone knows that if you come out of any form of eye problem, you have to wear safety protective glasses.
Yeah.
We've had incidents where miners have been trapped underground for
months.
Months,
yeah.
and then they come out, they always wear safety glasses, and they wear them for weeks on end.
To protect the retina, it's got to protect the ear, because you could get all sorts of problems. So, was there any aftercare with this man when the eye drops or stuff like that, or
None
just
at
going to
all.
walk away?
None at all.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
So we've seen this man dabbling in the medical profession, healing a cripple, making a blind man see. Now we have this outrageous claim that he's actually raised somebody from the dead, raised Lazarus from the dead. Now, I'm sorry to say this, you did get there a little bit too late, Michael.
Yes, I did.
It seems the pattern, there is a pattern here, isn't
Yes,
there? And
there
you've got just after him all the time. So take us, what happened?
Well, as you reminded me, I got there late again, and apparently this man named Lazarus had